Hello, thanks for watching another episode of the Diaspora Lifestyle Show, whereby we'll bring you news and views about what's happening in the diaspora. To be part of the show, please send an email to lifestyle@diasporapl.com and you can actually showcase your goods, your services, your businesses, and your charities to the world. My name is Jermaine, Sanwoolu, the CEO of Diaspora PL and your host of the Diaspora Lifestyle Show. Today we have a very inspirational and motivational, I must say, spiritual man. He is the Reverend Yemi Adedeji. He's a very influential man within the Christian community in the UK, and his voice goes out to nations. I had the opportunity of interviewing him, and I would like to bring you this exclusive interview of the Reverend Yemi Adedeji and his views about life, spirituality, and how you can be a better person in life and in business. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll get back with the closing remarks after this interview.
My name is Yemi Adedeji. Well, what I do is in context of so many things. My website reads that I'm a relational connector, a speaker, and a networker in that sense. But that's what I do professionally. I believe I've been called as a bridge to help to network different networks so that they can discover their purpose in life and fulfill it. And that's across different spheres. Charity, media, business, even within the church sector. This I've been doing over a couple of years now. And apart from that which I do professionally, I'm an ordained Anglican priest with the Church of England, and I'm also one of the line pastors at Jesus House of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. And now don't ask me why that. I'm both an Anglican priest and a Pentecostal pastor. It's a question most people have asked me over a period of time. But it's all linked back to what I've been called to do as a bridge. I love the fact that I'm a bridge. Being a bridge means you are able to interpret the language that the other could not hear or understand. And you become the interpreter. And you allow them to cross from one end of the sphere to the other, thereby allowing integration and deep network expression, and then everyone ultimately fulfill their purpose. I was just reflecting this morning, amazing that you asked that question, that life is very interesting. It's interesting in the sense that many people in this world, very good people, perhaps good Christians, they will never fulfill purpose. And the reason why they will not fulfill purpose is not because God has not given them what it takes to be, but it's because purpose is a function of knowing God, knowing your gift, knowing your assignment, and then knowing the purpose why you have been given the gift. What we find most with people is, you find people who are gifted, but they are being gifted is one thing, but knowing the reason why you are gifted is another thing. Because it's possible to be gifted and be successful. And we have so many successful people. They are gifted, they've anchored their gift, they are successful in whatever they are doing, and they're not Christians. As a matter of fact, you don't need to know God before you can be successful. There are people of other religion, people of other faith, people of no faith who are successful and found their gifts. But here's the difference. It's possible to be successful without having fulfillment. God hasn't called us to be successful. He's called us to have fulfillment. So that's why you have people who are extremely successful in what they're doing. But at the end of the day, you realize that the purpose why God gave them what they have has not been fulfilled. So you see a very rich person committing suicide at the end of his life. You see a very successful person that as soon as the person dies, the whole legacy wiped out. That's what makes the difference. The difference is you have to connect with your assignment. You have to know the reason for your assignment. And then you have to understand that the reason why you have been given the gift is to fulfill a purpose. So take example for most Christians as well. God has blessed them with amazing gifts, but they sit down in the church. They still clap hands, which is nothing wrong about it. Pray, do what they need to do. But within them is a seed, is a gift that God has given. And until you find that and you grow it, it will be very difficult to find fulfillment in life. It's already, God never creates anybody without putting a gift in them. And that's what marks the difference between somebody who found their gift, who knows the assignment, who has worked their gift, who doesn't look after success, but find fulfillment. There are so many people who are successful, but they are not fulfilled. But you never see a fulfilled person that is not successful. And fulfillment is not a function of how much stuff I have. Mother Teresa didn't have much stuff, but died as a fulfilled person. William Wilberforce, understand why he has been called. It wasn't a matter of just being successful. And that's why anywhere you look at it, you never ever forget the name William Wilberforce. You see, for most people, life starts by first investing yourself in what I call the bread and butter. What is the bread and butter? Whatever your hand finds to do, you do it. Working in the office, starting home business as an entrepreneur here and there, hustling, whatever you do, that's what I call bread and butter, because God has called also everyone to work, and you work to make income as a responsible person, particularly if you're a man, to bring bread and butter to the table for your family. Now, I'm not into all these things. I've been called to be a minister, then I don't work. Rubbish. You work. Now, what happens is you have two parallel lines. There is the line of your bread and butter where you are working, but apparently that is not your ultimate. It is a support base for what you have been called to do. So there's another parallel line, which is the line in which God has gifted you. Now, gift is something that God has put naturally in you. It is inbuilt in you. It could be anything. It could be you like to make people laugh. It could be you are just, your voice is fantastic. It could be you look good. It could be you know how to dress. It could be you know how to cook. It could be you know how to use your hands. It could be anything at all. So you have that inherent gift that God has given unto you. And once you know that I have this gift, you develop that gift alongside as you are working with your bread and butter. Your bread and butter is supposed to help you to grow and nourish your gifts as you go along, line by line. It starts first with the bread and butter in the front and your gift coming parallel by the side, but not on an equal base. But as you continue to invest and grow your gifts and put a lot of development into it, there will come a time where they will be at par. Then another time comes when your gift now moves ahead your bread and butter. At that point, you really don't need the bread and butter anymore, because your gift now is beginning to make way for you. So your gift is now beginning to fetch you income. Your gift is now beginning to attract fruits of all sorts. Your gift is now beginning to make you established. So, and that is where you are working on a trajectory of fulfillment, because you are now doing what you have been wired to do, that hands you income and gives you fulfillment. Nothing is greater in life than discovering that. I have, as a businessman myself, an entrepreneur, and people have asked, how do you grow your business? How do you do what you do? How do you expand? And how do you reproduce yourself when you're doing business? Now, there are all sorts of business. Number one, I think any successful business must anchor itself on what I call distinctive dignity, integrity. Integrity of honesty, integrity of discipline, integrity of purpose, and integrity of delivery. What I find in my own experience as a businessman, particularly as an African, is that it's not that we cannot be successful in doing business, but most people lack the ethics of business. What are these ethics? Integrity is faulty, delivery is poor, and the customer service is nowhere. I bet you, even if you are selling ice water and you have integrity, even if you are a tailor and you have integrity in the sense that if I say come tomorrow at 4 o'clock, it will be ready, and it will be ready. I have just created, in that little example, you'll have just created a mass load of supporters or customers who knows you stand by what you say. What about if what you tell people that you are going to do is exactly what you presented to them? For example, I'm a tailor. I say, I ask you, do me a shirt, and when I come, you made me a shirt. Not too long, not too short for me to manage. You've just done the exact thing. You've just assured me that I can trust and I can come back to you because you deliver as prescribed and as promised. What about customer service? That I don't come to you as if I owe you a favor, but you are actually delivering to me because of the fact that you honor and you value me as your customer. The way you honor me, the way you present the product you are selling to me says a lot about who you are, what you are, and what the future will look like. Simple ethics in any business venture, no matter what you are doing, no matter how small, it doesn't need to be big. If the ethics is wrong from the foundation, it will be very difficult to navigate what the whole business context will look like in the future. It's something that is lacking for most of us who are business entrepreneurs, particularly from the African setting. And lastly, I like to say the power that lies behind any successful business is a relationship. Relationship is powerful. Relationship not because of what I want to get from you. Relationship in the context of what I want to offer you. You see, most investors and high business net worth are already saddled by people who are asking for favors, who are asking for one thing or the other. Imagine me being an investor and you are coming to me for a business and you have researched me and you have discovered an area of weakness or an area where I lack competency, because everybody lacks competency in one area or the other. And you engage with me from the area of my incompetency or the area of where you are saying, can I help you to grow, to develop? Now, what you've done to me is that you've changed my paradigm, because people always come to me asking what I can give to them. But you have just engaged with me from the point of what you can do for me. That is a fantastic entry point. It's an entry point because relationship developed from that, because I begin to think you care about me, you're concerned about my business, you researched me, you understand I'm not doing better in this area, and as a result of that, you are bringing solution to help me, not because I'm going to pay you back, just because you care for me. See, nobody cares what you know until that they know that you care. It's an entry point, and it grows into a strong relationship. There comes a time in life where it is not what you know that will progress you. It's about who you know. And who you know is a function of you being able to put yourself out to say, I want to help you first before I ask anything from you. That is the game changer.
Well, I do hope you're inspired by that interview with the Reverend Yemi Adedeji. He's so insightful and inspirational. And I want you guys to support the charities that he represents and also take a deeper look at ourselves and see what ways we can change to be better people, serving the community, serving our loved ones, and serving the nation as a whole. He is a role model to the diaspora community, being a very strong and loud voice within the Christian community in the United Kingdom, and it does work around the world. So please be inspired to do more, be inspired to go more, be inspired to live your dream, even as you've watched that interview with the Reverend Yemi Adedeji. Thanks a lot for watching. I remain Jermaine Sanwoolu, and if you want to connect with me on social media, please visit diasporalifestyle.com, and there you'll find all the links, and I look forward to engaging with you every single day. Share me your tweets, your posts. Just, I'm always here for you. And remember, if you want to be on this show and promote your goods, your services, your brands, your events, your businesses and charities, please send an email to lifestyle@diasporapl.com, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible and ensure that you get promoted. I remain Jermaine Sanwoolu, and thanks for watching the Diaspora Lifestyle Show. Have a fantastic day.